What's good, Unique Gang? It's your boy UniqueJuyt back with another video, man. We got the Jacksonville, Gangville. I guess Gangville. They call it Gangville because they just put gang in front of Jacksonville. Or Jackson. But y'all, we got Young and Ace, ATK versus Fulio, KTA, man. We gonna get right into the video, man. Y'all asked for it, so we gonna put it out there. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell, man. We gonna get right into the video.
Wait a minute. So Fulio is the one that did Who I Smoke.
No.
Oh.
Young and Ace did the Who I Smoke.
Oh, okay. And he came back with
the Fantasia.
The Fantasia. Yeah, he just messed up my little Fantasia beat.
Yeah, he got a good
The past
views on
decade,
that,
Florida has consistently produced some of the best rappers of this generation.
Kodak!
The reason that so many authentic street artists have come out of the Sunshine State is that beyond the sandy beaches and palm trees is a real world of poverty and violence that inspires their hard-hitting bars. Two promising rappers from Jacksonville, Florida, Young and Ace and Julio Fulio, have been involved in a deadly beef that caused a wave of terror in the city. Here's a look at Jacksonville's most wanted gangs, ATK versus KTA. Jacksonville police have identified as many as 30 dangerous street gangs in the city,
30?
but the two most
Is that
deadly
many?
are ATK, a crew associated with rapper Young and Ace, and KTA, a crew affiliated with another rapper named Julio Fulio. KTA stands for Kill Them All. There's some disagreement as to what ATK stands for, with some claiming it means attack, aim to kill, or ace to kill, in reference to its most famous member. Jacksonville is known for being a wild city with one of the highest murder rates in the U.S. There were 111 murders in Jacksonville in 2020, and growing up, both rappers had to adapt to an environment of crime and violence. Young and Ace was born in Chicago, but moved to Jacksonville with his family when he was 3 years old. Growing up, Ace had a pretty traumatic childhood that was full of death and betrayal. His father was locked up on a 15-year sentence.
Yeah, see, they be going through a lot, you know what I'm saying? And put them in that situation.
Childhood that was full of death and betrayal. His father was locked up on a 15-year sentence when the rapper was young, and being one of 11 kids, his mother struggled to make ends meet.
11 kids, that's a lot of kids to try to provide for.
One person trying to
for 11 kids.
For 11.
But that's crazy because one of them got famous. Yeah.
Well, I hope that he is taking it back.
Nah, he's doing good. I'm not gonna lie. He going down the right path. He's not really into that anymore. He's starting to do different stuff like investing and stuff like that. So,
yeah, but ain't no investing if you still out there in the streets and still affiliated with these
he on the whole. He in Houston. He on a whole different path.
Well, didn't one of them follow him to Houston and put a cap in his knee?
I don't know something.
That went in.
They might have followed Fulio.
Oh, well, who we talking about now?
Talking about Ace, Young and Ace.
Oh, okay. Well, I know one of them got shot in the knee or the leg or something.
Probably Fulio.
Okay.
Young and Ace, I think he doing pretty good for himself.
Okay, well, you keep doing pretty good for yourself.
You keep doing that.
Yes.
Different relatives' houses, never settling in one place for as long as the family was constantly getting evicted. His uncle was the head of the family and the only positive male role model in the artist's life growing up. After he passed away when Ace was only 13, he started using music as a way to express himself while also getting stuck into the street life around him. Julio Fulio, also known as just Fulio, had a similar upbringing, surviving the mean streets of Jacksonville. Growing up in Duval County, he experienced the deaths of close friends and family members with killings, hustling, and police activity all around him. The rapper dropped out of high school just in 9th grade, but before dropping out, he was shot in the leg while exiting a school bus. With school no longer an option, he decided to take music seriously, using street activities to support himself. Young and Ace first blew up back in 2017 with the track Go to War, which featured the rest of the ATK gang. Not long after, Fulio started buzzing in the city with tracks like Crooks and Slide. Even though there were two poppin' rappers in the same city, their beef didn't stem from the music. It all started after the killing of Julio's blood cousin, Zion Brown. Zion Brown got killed back in 2017 in what seemed to be a targeted shooting. Police later arrested a 19-year-old named DeAndre Thomas, who was charged with throwing a brick through the window of Zion's home before firing off several shots. Zion, along with two girls who also lived there, one who was 16 and the other who was only 9, were shot by Thomas. The two girls survived, but Zion was tragically killed. Thomas had ties to Young and Ace. The two had both been charged with a 2018 burglary where they allegedly robbed somebody who was selling weed.
He shot 3 people though. One surprise.
But you done shot a 9-year-old.
No. I'm saying he probably just was just shooting though. He probably didn't even know who was in there for real. He probably knew that one person. End up just shooting.
The two had both been charged with a 2018 burglary where they allegedly robbed somebody who was selling weed. During the burglary, shots were fired, nearly hitting a couple and a 1-year-old child, but luckily, no one was injured. Ace spent a few months in jail for the robbery, while Brown still had a warrant out for his arrest when he was brought in for the Zion Brown murder. It's not clear what the motive behind the shooting was, or if Ace had anything to do with the hit, although the killing was clearly targeted. But whether he was involved or not, Julio was out for blood, and not long after, Ace, along with 4 other people, were the victims of a retaliation shooting. On June 5th, 2018, Ace, along with 2 friends and his blood brother, were shot after celebrating a birthday at Wasabi, a sushi restaurant in Jacksonville. After they left the restaurant, another vehicle pulled up alongside them and started letting off bullets. In an interview with DJ Vlad, Ace says he tried to shield his brother from the bullets, but it wasn't enough. He was the only survivor of the shooting. His brother and his 2 friends were pronounced dead on the scene. Ace was shot a total of 8 times and brought to a local hospital.
He's like one of the rappers who survived the most shots. Like
he got shot 8 times.
Yeah, he survived. He's in there walking today. He survived. He's not paralyzed or none of that.
Baby, you
that's
got
a blessing.
Yes, it is. You got a calling on your life, and it was not time for you to leave. So you need to walk straight, because the next time may not be too good. Walk straight. He is protecting you and looking out for you. You keep doing what you're doing, but Lord have mercy. Stay out of these streets. They ain't for you. They ain't for none of us. No, stay out the streets. They don't show no love. It's sad just to see that 3 people got shot, and these were young people.
Yeah.
Y'all babies out here. This is something that you should see in like a war. Like, you know, this is not nothing that you see babies doing. Babies, you know, going back and forth with each other. Y'all still have y'all life to live.
They ain't need buy like no serious money or nothing like that.
Right.
Like, it's not about like no drug like moving cocaine and that. It's just like talking over the internet and stuff.
Somebody said something about somebody, not somebody coming after somebody. It ain't even worth it. You lose, a baby done lost his life, and another one is going to jail for taking his life. So we done lost 2 black young kings. One is in the ground and one is in a box, in a cell. No, y'all have to, come on, we have to do better. I'm sorry, I'm gonna speak the truth. You don't like it, you can put it in the comments, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. We got to stop. We have to do better, because we are better.
Treated for his injuries. To make matters worse, a local gun store owner saw his picture on the news and remembered him and his boys coming into his store earlier that day. He called the Crime Stoppers hotline to report seeing him in the store, and Ace was arrested in the hospital for violating his probation. He had been sentenced to 31 months of probation for the robbery he committed with DeAndre Thomas and was not legally allowed to possess a weapon as a convicted felon. Even though Ace never actually purchased a gun from the store, video surveillance footage showed him holding a gun, which was enough to be considered a probation violation.
All you gotta do is hold a gun.
You don't even supposed to be around a gun. Holding a gun, yep.
I mean, not holding it, like just being in the store.
You don't supposed to be within so many feet of anything that is criminal, illegal, whatever you want to call it. So if your boys say, hey, we finna go to the gun range just to let off some, you don't even supposed to be in the parking lot. The closest you need to be to shooters is across the street at the gas station. You don't even supposed to be in the area, period.
Yeah.
Period.
Shooting, Ace turned himself in at Jacksonville police. Trayvon Buller, Ace's brother, had just turned 18 that day and was the rapper's closest sibling in age. It was a devastating loss to the artist, who wasn't even allowed to attend his funeral because a judge denied him a bond. After that, it was all-out war between the ATK and KTA camps. Julio took to social media to taunt Ace and his dead homies. After clearing up his legal problems, Ace jumped right back online to tell Julio and his crew that they would pay for killing his partners and dissing them after they were already dead. So the beef was no longer just in the streets. It was now being documented on the internet for everyone to see. In an interview with Say Cheese TV, Julio claimed to being the most hated rapper in Florida and doubled down on his decision to diss Youngin Ace and his dead friends and brother. He said that there are consequences to street life, and if Ace didn't already know that, then he'd have to learn. The beef stayed on the internet for a little while, but not for long. In January 2019, a rapper who went by the name Boss Goon was killed in a mass shooting and also injured 5 other people after a performance at a strip club called the Paradise Gentlemen's Club in Jacksonville. Boss Goon happened to be the older brother of another Jacksonville rapper named K-So, and many of the other people injured were members of his family. K-So is affiliated with Young and Ace and is rumored to be one of the top shooters in ATK. Boss Goon had only recently been released from prison after serving a 10-year sentence in the pen. One of the other people shot in the ambush was K-So's father, Abdul Robinson. K-So and his dad shocked the city of Jacksonville and the hip-hop community after they were both arrested for the killing of a KTA affiliate named Lil Buck in Arlington. K-So was charged with a second-degree murder.
And his dad went on the hit.
So you telling me this man just served 10 years, got out, and is dead now?
Yes.
And these 2 people,
They didn't kill him.
who killed
They
him?
was rocking. That's his brother. He said that was his brother. I
So
don't know.
why
They
I
said
say for
something else.
murder
They
and
said
for
something else.
assault? Oh, okay. That man, fresh out of jail, 10 years he sat behind bars. That's why you can't just follow up with everybody, because they follow up might be a little bit bigger than yours.
Yeah.
Of a KTA affiliate named Lil Buck in Arlington. K-So was charged with a second-degree murder, and Abdul was charged with accessory to murder after the fact. A police officer witnessed the shooting occur and chased after K-So and another man he was with. K-So had already made the news back in 2019 after releasing album art for a track called Bibby Out that features the photos of several dead members of the KTA gang, including Zion Brown and a 16-year-old murder victim who went by the name Bibi Osama. It seems like the killing of K-So's brother Boss Goon was payback for blatantly disrespecting dead ops in the rapper's music and album artwork. Disrespecting dead ops in music and on social media has become common with this new wave of trap and drill rappers, and it's a recurrent theme in this particular beef. But it always escalates the cycle of violence to a point that no one can escape until everyone is dead or in jail. Many petty disagreements can eventually be squashed if both rappers are willing to put the past behind them, even if blood has been spilled. But once you take it to a level where you're creating a permanent record of disrespect in the form of a song or album artwork, it's tough to walk away from that. It's an easy way to get to your ops if you aren't able to confront them in person at the moment, but it's a dangerous practice that any rapper who's serious about escaping the streets should avoid, because it always leads to more bodies and more jail time for those involved. There have been all kinds of disrespectful tracks released by both camps that have fueled this deadly beef. After K-So's album cover made headlines, the rapper released the incredibly disrespectful track, K-So, where he doubled down on the disrespect of Bibi Osama by taking credit for the hit. Not long after, Fulio released a track called Bibi Story as a tribute to Bibi, where he details how he felt when Bibi was murdered and why the disrespect is so serious. Not long after the arrest, both Fulio and his girlfriend were shot in 2 separate incidents, but both survived. It seems like the shooters tried to get at Fulio, and when they couldn't take him out, they went after his girl. The streets of Jacksonville are so deadly that no one is safe. When the ops can't find who they're looking for, they'll go after the closest person to you, which includes friends, family.
That's doing the most right there. See, remember I was telling you about there's a line that you don't supposed to cross. That's where y'all be crossing the line, because it shouldn't be no children, no family members. If you got that beef with that person, y'all need to squash it. Don't be pulling extra people into your beef. That's ridiculous and crazy at the same time.
Yeah.
And even innocent bystanders. The crazy thing is that the war seemed to help fuel both rappers' popularity, with many of their tracks racking up millions of views. But with so much blood already spilled, it seems impossible for either camp to leave the streets alone long enough to capitalize on the success. After surviving one near-fatal ambush, Ace became the victim of another shooting where one of his homies was injured and another was killed. He and his crew were ambushed outside of Hampton Inn in Waycross, Georgia. In March 2019,
they be going
not in sleepy Waycross. I ain't meant to say.
They all the way in Georgia, and they still got to watch
gracious, Waycross. Them some cool, calm people out there. They died with all of that, and y'all went way out there stirring up that trouble. Ooh,
Hotel reports that gunshots had gone off. They found 30-year-old Jeremy Brookins dead by the pool and 29-year-old Dwayne Scott inside a hotel room with a gunshot wound. Ace was also with the group, but was not injured, surviving a second near-fatal ambush within the span of a year. Not long after, 2 members of the KTA squad, Spaz and Rod K, were killed in retaliation, adding 2 more names to the endless cycle of violence. Not long after that, the police saw what was going on and decided to keep Queso locked up while he awaited his murder trial for the killing of Lil Buck. Julio claimed this as a victory and started mocking Queso on social media, claiming that the rapper used to rock with him and his homies before jumping ship to click up with Ace. What came next were some of the most disrespectful hip-hop tracks ever recorded in hip-hop history.
This was the one
on
that
March
we
28th,
saw?
2021, Young and Ace, along with ATK members Spin the Benz, Wappa with the Chopper, and Fast Money Goon, released a track called Who I Smoke. The song is a remix of the song 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton and came along with the video of the 4 Jacksonville
with
Goons
that
messing
murder
around.
music.
When they came with that one, that was crazy.
Lord have mercy.
The track is hard-hitting and catchy until you get to the hook, where Ace starts the chant of Who I Smoke, followed up by the names of real KTA affiliates who have been killed, including Bibby, a Florida rapper killed in 2019 named Techie, and Lil Nine, another rapper shot and killed in 2020. The song is definitely creative, but tough to sit through once you realize they're disrespecting real people who are now dead. Some as young as 16 when they were killed. At least with most modern drill songs that contain lyrics dissing ops, the beat is cold-blooded and menacing, so you know some real shit is about to be said. Who I Smoke takes you by surprise by sounding like a pop record until you actually listen to the lyrics.
About the
song was so
It was like a
fun.
bunch of TikToks, like they about to start the song and they mama's
Yeah.
and
Then they
then
start
they
talking
hear,
about,
I'm gonna push up. You feel me? Then that jump.
so aggressive in this video.
Innocent Twitch streamers caught up in the beat.
Gosh.
Not long after the track was released, internet personality Aiden Ross was tricked by some other dudes in a Discord chat into singing the lyrics.
They made him
He
sing
later
the
had to-
lyrics. You know, he got 100,000 people be watching him at a time, and look, they got on live, so you gonna see.
Do a public apology to Fulio during a live stream, who was clearly pissed off, but not about the smoke a gamer, just for getting pranked by some dudes who want to see him get into some bullshit. In response,
Yeah, see, he wasn't mad. He wasn't mad about him singing the song. He's mad because he let his friends made Aiden sing it,
That's
and
because
Aiden didn't know.
drama. You
they knew it
pulling
was
somebody
drama.
innocent that don't know too much about nothing into some drama.
And he got hundreds thousands of fans, so they know.
Because you think it's funny. That's not funny at all. I don't like these songs. Not when you talk about somebody falling. Somebody dead.
the track
Somebody
When I
lost
See
their
You
life.
remix, which samples the R&B track When I See You by Fantasia.
I know, y'all just
Despite
messed up
also
my
having a catchy
Fantasia
melody and
beat.
upbeat instrumental, Fulio takes the disrespect to a new level by rapping about the shooting that almost left Ace dead while filming a music video on the grave of his dead friends and brothers. He even went as far as having a poster with their faces on it from the Fox News coverage printed, which he raps alongside throughout the video. With these tracks, both rappers seem to be trolling while also dissing each other's dead friends and family, which is tough to do with a straight face. If there was any hope that the rappers could put the beat behind them and focus on music rather than the streets, these 2 songs destroyed it. Who I Smoke now has over 17 million views, and the When I See You remix has over 7 million. What's even crazier is that both rappers were able to get the rights to the original tracks they sampled. The war is far from over, and the 2 viral songs will likely lead to even more bloodshed. It's a shame that 2 talented rappers have gotten caught up in such a wild beef that has no end in sight. Given how creative they are with dissing each other, there's no telling what they could accomplish in the music industry if they put their minds to something positive rather than deadly street beef. But with so much blood already spilled and diss tracks already released, it's unlikely either side will let up anytime soon. If you like this video, check out some of our previous videos. From rappers and gangs to rappers who beat a murder charge. We
I think
covered
that's
most
about
of
the end of that, y'all. How you feel about that?
Who was the guy who was narrating this whole video?
Oh, Hip Hop Daily.
Okay, I thank you, sir, for putting out all of what you just put out to let them know that, yes, even though that they are talented, because they done got themselves into this beef right here, we don't know how it's going to end. I hope it doesn't end tragically. I hope they continue to protect their craft. I hope they continue to become successful rappers. But when is it going to end? Stop the violence. Take care of you, your family, and just keep on living, because you got a long life to live.
Keep looking cute like me.
Yes, and me too, because he get it from his mama.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's about the end. Oh, you got anything else you want to say?
I just want y'all to stop the violence. Y'all are very, very talented people. Don't let something this small and petty stop you from doing what you are designed to do. So continue to make a positive difference in your life and in the community, but stop this violence. It's not even worth it, because for what I seen, it was too many bodies that was dropped. Too many people got injured over what? I still haven't seen what was the whole issue yet, because somebody said somebody's name. That's not worth it. I can't get you, so I'm gonna go after the girlfriend. It ain't even worth it. It ain't worth it, darlings. So,
but yeah, y'all, that's in this video, man. Jacksonville Gangland, Young and Nays, ATK versus Julio, Folio, KTA, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell, man. Yeah.